Big Boss Chuck. My 750. Day 9 of the Wandering Remote. This is my protest, I understand, and I'm the one that's in slavery, so I'll just take this as you all live your lives. I'm going to continue with mine. I'll say thanks to my 7 subscribers who listen to my uploads. Yeah, this is interesting. I'll be out here again. I'm going to just call it my Wandering Remote, my show. It is a protest, on the Poderoso 750 kilohertz AM en el radio. Soy yo el gran jefe de los choques del discos. En Radio Rebelde. And this is my own, so yeah, nothing. I'll be out here probably through the summer. There's not much rain, so Monday through Friday, at least a couple hours. Yeah, F.B.I.'s got me out here doing this. I'm quite upset. There's a couple men up there behind that glass who sexually assaulted me. It's a criminal offense, and somehow this is being allowed. That I'm out here in front of their office being humiliated day after day, holding a sign saying they sodomized me. I'm full of fury, and they're just pushing the situation. I'll continue another day, well, at least a couple hours out here in front of the F.B.I. office. Continuing on with my proofreading, see, I'm going to spend some time, I'll call it killing time. I got a couple hours to do. I'm serving a life sentence. I got sentenced to slavery, implanted at 11 months old. The idea that was preconception. My whole life has been spent being in an intelligence operation run by the DIA, CIA, and this is all acceptable today, me being a slave, because national security runs the Yankee country. I'll continue on with the code deciphering. 3 minutes for exactly during the same second. Triumphs, also victories, weren't with Donald's group, meaning they were victories, also triumphs for the African Americans. 3:30 to 3:37, Trump's words that all changes here also now. Dark closed figure to side appeared a snare. Trap has been set. You can see it. There was a cord that got put out into the red of the carpet. 3:41, crowd in the image. 2 blue hoods used as markers. Man in the center is the mark. Appeared to be quite possibly Arabic. Red parka, Caucasian, was looking at us. If you are a Caucasian, he is with you. If you are with it, because anytime the people look directly into the camera, they're addressing their group, excluding everyone else who isn't exclusively with them. If you are with the African American community, you just got punched, offended by his look. Analysts pay attention, these are computer generated, the actions. Analysts pay attention to the mark. The man to his left side possibly is the person's family member. He is a male. Caucasian in blue is in agreement with the mark. Blue marker relative of the mark stays pace. Blue represents Barry's group. Attitude of the mark shows maybe some of the blue will go with red soon. 3:45 to 3:50. Trump said it belongs to everyone here today, also to everyone watching. Snare was then taken away, inferring not that way for the African American community. 3 minutes 54 seconds. Trump said, "This is your day." Dark cloth figure moved the piece of plastic, signified, remember the package has been presented, also unwrapped. Package being Barry. 4 minutes, 3 seconds. Trump said, "This is your country." Same time, right on cue, dark cloth figure flashed the plastic, signified package will be presented. I'm making a lot of errors. You hear this out there, you go, oh, this is hard to listen to. 4 minutes, 23 seconds. It's more for me, I need a proofread. 4 minutes, 33 seconds. Trump, January 20th, 17, is the day the people became the rules of their became the rulers of their nation again. when he made that statement. It is the day the people became the rulers of their nation again. Everyone is aware that for the first time in the last 8 years, many, if not most African Americans felt for the first time they were in control. Their hue was represented at the podium. Donald's words signified his group would once again take control of their nation. African Americans, again, are feeling they are not part of America. 4 minutes, 34 seconds to 4 minutes, 37 seconds. Brown trench coat moved inward his arm. It was a noticeable movement. Let the viewer know he was clapping. Trench coat wearer was in agreement. Dark cloth figure didn't move too much. Didn't see if he was clapping. But because there was movement, viewer assumes he was clapping. Analysts remember many of the movements are being computer generated. 4 minutes, because that gives approval, not approval of the groups. And who's the one giving the code and telling everyone where to go? That's brown trench coat. 4:38. The image showed crowd of people. Of all the people, only 2 faces are visible, were visible. Blonde hair Caucasian faced African Americans. Blonde hair Caucasian face towards the African Americans. That enrages the African Americans. They don't like the blonde hair. One face is a Caucasian female blonde hair with a fuchsia marker for a scarf. Call viewers' attention to her face. Next to her was a male Caucasian. Next to his face was a white computer-generated Brighton with also red computer-generated Brighton, signified Donald's group. African Americans see that with a Caucasian face. That fills them with rage. Pay attention to the colors, how they're being computer-generated. Brighter, when they want to highlight, using it as a marker. Trump said women nor men will be forgotten any longer. Same time, dark cloth figure flashed the plastic. 4:50, so he's reminding, remember the package been presented. 4 minutes, 50 seconds. Image changed to scene of the crowd. Again, 2 Caucasian faces were the center. Caucasian had sandy blonde hair. She was smiling. Her partner was a Caucasian male with an agreeable look upon his face. African Americans, again, were feeling rage. Not one African American, Caucasian after Caucasian, smiling. African Americans were feeling excluded. We're realizing who now will be exclusive, while not realizing that they are exclusive themselves, were exclusive themselves for 8 years. $4.56. Trump said, everyone is listening to you now. You came by the tens of millions. At the same time as his words, the snare reappeared. African Americans felt for 8 years they were listened to. In reality, they weren't. Yankee Sam left them duped. Cult psychology was used. They all got their sneakers on, waiting for Comet Bob. They're going to riot. No longer be deemed exercising their rights, rather be called riots, then will be termed terrorism. They, the African Americans, will be then known as the black Muslim socialists, or possibly communists. As soon as they riot, their foot is in the snare, Yankee Sam will open fire. They will have excluded everyone from their group other than Latinos, Muslims, of all nationalities. Queers from those groups will be admitted, but not the Caucasian nor the Jewish queers. Those queers will be in the nationalist group, most likely be led by Donald Jr. with Ivanka at his side. That was seen at the inauguration. That's why Ivanka looked over and nodded in approval to Donald Jr. instead of looking at her father as they clapped when he got done with the speech. And this is the inaugural speech. Remember, we started out at 17 and some? Ivanka is being groomed to take the role as First Lady. Barry's group will say, stand up, resist. They'll put their fists in the air. They will wear black with white on their heads, claiming they're in support of the liberation of Palestine. More than likely, they would be in favor of a two-state solution, which in revolutionary terms would be considered a farce. All revolutionarios know it will be Palestine from the river to the sea eventually. Reeves and Barry's group would back a two-state solution because they'd be backed by Yankee Sam, supporting the global agenda. The situation would appear in the public as the opposite. Same time Barry's group claimed California, Yankee Sam is planning on things kicking off in Texas. What will only measure up to is skirmishes. Texas would not be able to secede. Martial law would be instated. 4:56 to 5 minutes. Trump's words to become part of a historic movement. At the same time, Brown Trenchcoat put a phone into his pocket. This meant the call had been made. The snare appeared over his shoulder. Trenchcoat's action meant the plan was on the way. Snare was in place. Clearly visible on the left side for many seconds was the translucent plastic. It meant both sides had the wrapper. We're in on the unwrapping of the package. 5:06 to 5:10. Side of the man's face was visible. Man who wore the brown trench coat. They wanted us to know he is a Caucasian. He is the one calling the shots. Analysts for the financier and the presenters of the package. And we know that was George Jr. with Richard Cheney on his, and if we're going to do Cheney, well, that's Bush, George Jr., Richard Cheney on his shoulder. Gray derby being used as a marker representing the CIA. And to the right-hand side, or Richard's right-hand side, was a brown Theodore hat, crime family hat wearer. That's who's presenting you this military takeover. Going to be a two-state solution. The African Americans demanding to be excluded because they need to be exclusive only in their group. What's been going on for 8 years. This psychology was worked on for decades. This is a product of the MK Ultra program. This didn't come about in 8 years by one man getting elected to the podium. And when you learn the story and you find out how a hijacker with Abu Nidal organization, me, self-proclaimed member, hijacked a flight from Miami to Philly, Barry invoked national security, got a call from George Yellowbelly Bush. That's Prescott's son, that one. Who's leading the show? Ask yourselves. National security's running this show. You want to know who's at the top? They won't tell you because it's a secret. It's for your safety. And this is why they're up there hiding behind the glass. They aren't hiding, they're in clear view, doing what they do. Being the F.B.I, cowering behind the glass up there on the 3rd floor, doing it some more. You wouldn't want to come down and make some statements. Well, then I'd have a receipt, some documentation. Anybody that's dealt with the FBI knows they lie. Something to note. This is at 5:06 to 5:10. When you're watching the speech, this is overall, beware that when Donald looks straight ahead into the camera, or also looks to the left side of the screen, he is talking exclusively to his group. If someone is, and when he looks to the left-hand side of the screen hard, he's looking hard to his group. If someone is not with him, they are excluded. Military that walked off, and that's when he's talking into the camera or hard to the left-hand side of the screen. Everyone else that's not with this group, they feel very excluded. And this is a tactic that's used on various programs seen on the screen. Mainstream, I don't watch much alternative. Don't watch much mainstream. I only analyze them. Then I get the code, know where to go. Military that walked off, all the ones to the left side of the screen, one with blue stripe above his bill, all those ones represented Barry. They stayed to the left side of the screen. This Big Boss Chalk signing off momentarily, my 750. You're invited to join my protest, but I don't plan on many, though. I'm at this is 9 days. I'm 9 days in the protest, 2 solid weeks. Missed 1 day last week. There was some rain. Oh yeah, and the car broke. Other than that, well, that's why I'm on feet. I get to walk 45 minutes here and 45 minutes back to do my protest for 2 hours. I hold the sign the whole time, so it counts as protesting. Yeah, continuing on with the wandering remote. En el poderoso 750 kilohertz AM en el radio. Soy yo, el gran jefe de los jockeys del discos. Radio Rebelde, firmando fuera.